celebrate the state.
The people.
The magic.
The memories.
The bright lights and high rides.
The sparkling eyes.
Over 2 full weekends.
The Royal Adelaide Show. The show of a lifetime. Pre-purchase tickets and save. theshow.com.au.
Oh, hi there. Just chilling out in the dairy pavilion with a couple of my new beautiful little friends. Taking a real shine to my hat here, I think, today. We're going to have a wander through the dairy pavilion in just a moment. And if, like me, you love milk, you love ice cream and you love cheese, you're going to want to know where your milk and dairy products come from. But our wonderful friends at the Florio Milk Company have put together a bit of a package to show you just what life on the land and in dairy production is all about.
Florio Milk Company came about due to low milk prices and from the big companies at our farms, and Jeffrey Hutchison and myself got together and decided that we were either going to have to get out of dairying because it just wasn't viable anymore, or come up with some way of making it more viable. And over conversation we decided we'd try setting up our own factory and bottling our own milk. Florio Milk gets milk from 4 different dairy farms. We run 240 milkers here, Jersey cows. Jeffrey runs 180 Holstein cows, and the other 2 farms, one runs 80 Holsteins and the other one runs 350 Holsteins. First bottle of milk came off the line in June 2006. We believe our milk's better because we do as least as possible to it. We just pasteurise the milk and that's it. So it's as close as it can be to coming straight from the cow. The area here on the Florio where we milk our cows has always been a really big dairying area. The high rainfall on the Florio certainly helps for us to be able to grow good quality grass for longer periods of time.
I grew up in Moponga here up in the hills with my dad on his dairy farm. I used to work part-time there as I was through my teenage years studying at university. I then joined the production team here at Florio Milk working on the production line, and then as I finished university I was given an opportunity in sales and marketing here, but that was about 12 months ago and I've been in this role since then. Being a dairy farmer about 8 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, there's a lot of farms being forced to close their doors, and Jeff and Barry Florio Milk took a big risk, went out on their own, and something nobody had ever done before, I guess. And I remember talking to my dad, he was always, big risk, you don't mess with the multinationals, I don't know what they're going to do. But they had a vision, they've stuck to it. What we knew from the start that we had the perfect land here, green grass, perfect weather all year round, plenty of rain, and they're producing this high quality milk. Now what we do is a full cream milk and a low fat of our Jersey milk, and a full cream and a low fat of our Frisian milk. That was all the products we had for 5 years. They then introduced some flavoured milks and some pouring cream. In the last 24 months we've introduced yogurts, so we now do a honey, a natural, a mango, a passion fruit and a mixed berry yogurt. At Florio Milk we believe the best way to drink milk is straight from the cow without anything added to it, anything taken out of it. That's what we try and do. So basically what we can do is get it from the dairy farm to the factory and onto the shop shelf within 24 hours without anything being added or taken out of it. It's taken a while for people to understand how milk's supposed to taste again because they haven't quite been used to it over the last few decades. But people are starting to learn that milk is a pure product, how good it can taste. When we started in 2006, Florio Milk produced just under 100,000 litres of milk for the year. Today this has grown to just under 4 million litres per annum. Florio Milk has created a boom for the local dairy industry, but it's also created 32 full-time and part-time positions. Florio Milk also support the Little Heroes Foundation, a great South Australian charity. Part proceeds from all our products sold go to this foundation. One of the major areas of growth at the moment for Florio Milk Company is through cafes and restaurants in Adelaide. Talking to the baristas that know their milk in these cafes, they really appreciate the thick, creamy taste and the silkiness that milk can offer their coffees.
Love being a dairy farmer. It's all I've ever done and really do enjoy it.
I believe the milk produced by the Florio Milk Company is the very best in Australia, and this is backed up by the South Australian public embracing our product.
Dairy farmers here. Todd Roth, Todd, who have you brought with you to this show?
A few of my heifers and a cow I've brought with. I bring a few every year and yeah, a bit of fun. So.
And have you been judged so far?
We have. It's actually happening right now. So.
Okay, can you back up with me a little bit and tell me what will a judge actually look for when judging your cattle?
So they look for the dairiness of the animals, beefy. So they look for a structure of how square they are, as long as they got body, the top lines are straight. There's a few other things, udders, they're going to be well attached and yeah.
Now, you haven't been coming here just for 1 or 2 years. This is actually in your blood. Your dad is with us right now. In fact, we're going to drag him over here. Come on, Neil. And you guys have been coming here for how long?
I've been coming since 1979.
Fantastic. Well, I've actually dug up some old photos of you guys. Let's have a look at them now and you can tell me what we're looking at.
Oh, that's my daughter Brooke washing the cows when she was only 2 years old. So that's see how quiet they are. And this is his son Todd. He's changed now because he's about 30 years.
Doesn't still wash in a bucket, does he?
No, he doesn't. No, we used to wash him in that bucket there. So when they got too hot. So, and this is our family. Changing at the Royal Show, just right in the shed here. So
in the shed that you're still in today?
Yes, that's right.
You get to keep the same one?
We do change, but we've had this single owl here probably 3/4 of my life. So
isn't that gorgeous?
And that's one of my younger daughters, Eden. Yeah, that's the carving pen.
Love it.
Maternity ward.
Yeah, maternity ward.
So fresh babies and fresh calves.
Yes, all at the same time. See, that calf's only a couple of days old as well.
Oh my goodness. This is just gorgeous. So you've been down here competing for many, many years. What is it? You've got Ayrshires that you exhibit. Why the Ayrshire breed?
Oh, my parents come with Guernseys, and I always like the colour of the brown and white and their udders. They used to have better udders, so I changed.
There's some Adelaide boys and girls here that love milk but have never seen a farm before, and they're going to want to know the answer to this question. Because of their colouring, do you get caramel milk out of them?
Yes, you can get caramel milk.
But it's not naturally caramel, is it?
No, it's not, no.
Well, let's have a look at a couple of photos of your kids growing up here as they were toddlers around the showground. How gorgeous is this?
Yes, this one is Todd. When he was about 2 years old.
Helping out? What's this task?
Washing the cows, so that happens most days, once or twice a day sometimes.
You actually blow dry them too, don't you? It's quite bizarre.
Yep, blow dry them, your hair cuts it.
Yeah, this one is definitely old-fashioned one with the old hats and things like that. We have changed since then.
And haircuts have changed as well.
Hey, so, oh look, this is all the preparation that's involved. Being a dairy farmer, you're getting up really, really early in the morning, but even when you come to a show, you're also getting up early here. What are the tasks? What time do they start early in the day?
We get up about 5:30, muck them all out, and then we go and, once we've mucked them out, we go and wash them, get them all clean and prepare their beds and everything for the day, so all the people can come and see them. So.
Now, I'm going to bring this camera over here for a second. Just follow me. Up here, this is Todd's a stud that is exhibiting here at the show. You've got a fantastic name. There's 3 of you involved. Tell us about the next generation getting involved.
So I've got 2 boys, they're 9 and 7, and they're keen to be involved with the cows, and so their stud name's Tiger, so T-Y for Tynan, J for Jackson. So
They'll be pretty happy if you do well today.
yeah, yep, they'll be keen to jump on the phone. There's a picture of the three of us when we were younger, and the cows actually love a cuddle too, so they're very friendly.
Oh, this is Jackson. This is Todd's younger one. Yeah, they have changed from a round bucket to a square one now.
Yeah, they love being amongst the cows and being involved. That's Christmas, so calves being fed, all had their Christmas hats on.
Oh, these are the fireworks, so you can just tell how quiet the cows are. They're not even scared, so that's the best thing about them all. Yeah, they just don't get scared.
I think you've got such a beautiful heritage here. 3 generations, 4 generations, I should say, of exhibiting here at the show. You've been exhibiting yourself since the 70s. We wish you all the very best of luck, and thanks for showing us what you're doing here at the show. We're going to do a bit of a tour of the Dairy Pavilion now and see maybe some of the other breeds.
No problem. Have fun.
Okay, thanks very much.
Well, that's Neil and Todd Roth, who have been exhibiting here 4 generations of their family here in this exact aisle at the Royal Adelaide Show. So, Andrew Daly, you're another of the airshare fanciers in the area. Where are you going to take me for a wander today?
We're just going to have a look through the shed and just see what our weekly, day-to-day during the show, what we do. So.
All right, let's go. We'll go for a wander.
So all revolves around the cows. So we feed the cows before we feed ourselves, and they're really our number one priority. So we do have a few creature comforts while we're at the show. We put in kitchens just to... We're here for a bit over a week, so you want to make yourself comfortable. It's quite a family event, and we have a lot of young children involved, and it just brings everyone together. Some people, this is their big get-together for the year. Can I get Emily to just look up our gorgeous camera woman? Emily, can you point right up in the air, because you'll see towels hung all the way along the top here. This is your bathroom upstairs, isn't it? Yeah, so we sleep just above the cows. We go to sleep listening to the cows moo, and we get up to them pretty early too. So. Well, Andrew, let's go for a wander down here. We've got a couple more of our beautiful air shears at the moment. These are Neil's that we spoke to earlier, and magnificent looking cows. So in the sheds we have a mixture of ages of the cows. They're all females, and we go from the older cows which are in milk and producing milk that we have. And we also have quite often their own progeny, the calves and heifers that are also being exhibited for their qualities. Now, I'm curious, because when we look at beef cattle, we're kind of looking at quite a different shape entirely. And one of the things that catches my eye immediately when we look at the cattle here is we're looking at your pin bones and your hip bones that are quite pronounced. They're important, aren't they? Yeah, so obviously with dairy cattle, all these cows are in peak performance, they're in peak health. And with the dairy cattle, they're just a lighter framed animals. They won't have the meat on them that you see in beef cattle, purely because they've been bred to produce milk, and they put all their energy into milk. And that's what we look for in dairiness, is cows that put their energy into milk rather than into meat and muscle. Now, particularly, judges will be looking at the udders and the teats. What are they looking for? So we're looking for udders that are going to be profitable udders that can produce a lot of milk, and udders that are going to last a while. We want these cows to be have a lot of longevity. So this is a heifer we have here. But what are we seeing being done at the moment? So at the moment, Courtney's just clipping the cow. So we call this a top line, which is a line of hair that goes along the back of the cow, and it's just all purely for appearances when they're out in the ring being judged. What are you looking to accentuate for the judge? What do you want the judge to see? Oh, it's what we want the judge to see and what we want the judge not to see. So it's also, if they've got any weaknesses, we're trying to hide the weaknesses and make the good points look even better. Let's go for a wander down here, because there's some delicious lunch going on for our exhibitors at the moment. Say hi to the live stream. Now, young lady, where are you off to?
To the judging ring.
So which class are you in now?
In the novice class.
And who are you taking out with you?
This is Jasmine.
Well, we wish Jasmine the best of luck in the novice class in just a moment's time. See you later. So we're looking at some of our younger exhibits here. Yeah. So, is in the cows? Or? Yeah, so... People and cows. Yeah, so we have heifers that range all different ages. So we've got the youngest heifers we have here are born as of the 1st of January this year. And then they go through all the way through. We've got cows here that will be 12 years old. So how do we get the cattle so quiet that they're comfortable at being at a royal show with fireworks, people wandering around, having their grooming techniques throughout the day?
So all these cows have been bottle reared. They've been around people since pretty much the second they hit the ground. And also they're almost like pets in a way.
I can tell this. I'm taking this one home, I think.
So a lot of these cows have had a lot of weeks of work put into them. We've been grooming them at home on the farm. That's where all the work happens, and that's where we make them quiet. And then we get the little children to lead them, and you need them to be super quiet if they're working with children.
Now, we're going to dumb this down for a second. Come for a walk with me. These are like the essential implements of being a dairy cattle exhibitor here. Tell me what we've got and how often you use them.
This is probably the most used implement.
You nearly got that on me.
All the cows have to go, and we need to clean it up. So we need to keep hygiene as the number one priority with the cows.
What else are we looking at here?
We're looking at a pretty valuable commodity with the current seasons with our hay, and we've also got some chaff. The spade's popular for the public and just keeping the aisleways nice and clean and slip-free.
Let's head off to the judging.
Yep.
How about we go see how our friends are going out there? Now, you're here with a whole bunch of people exhibiting at the moment. Tell us, what are you entering? What's the big one that you're trying to win this year?
Everyone vies for a champion in their respected age class. I'm just exhibiting a heifer at the moment and helping some friends with their cows.
So we've got the Ayrshire breed here that we've seen, but the most prevalent breed in dairy in Australia is the Holstein. We've also seen some Illawarras out here. What else have we got?
We've also got quite a strong involvement of the Jersey breed, Guernseys, and we also have one brown Swiss.
Only one brown Swiss?
Yeah, so it's the first time for a couple of years that we've had a brown Swiss, and it's pretty excited for the brown Swiss to be involved.
So Andrew, because you are a fan, as we can see here, of the Ayrshire breed, can you tell us what is particularly important about that breed? What do they do for the industry?
We find that really well, and just it's hard to make a profit, and they're a breed that are really low worries. They're easily maintained, and they can do well in your warmer environments and the harsher environments. It's just that longevity that we really enjoy.
Wonderful. Andrew, thank you for talking to me. I'll let you watch your friends out here. But boys and girls, we are now in the middle of the dairy cattle judging that's occurring here at the moment. A fantastic crowd watching. This is one of our exhibitors here. Neville Mueller, he's giving us a wave at the moment while he's being judged. He's been showing here more years than I've been alive, and he's a wonderful ambassador. Gino Pacity's just over here at the moment. He's doing a wander around because he's one of the stewards. Our judge is in the middle making the decision for who will be the best in breed here. So thanks for joining us at the Dairy Cattle Pavilion. You can see it, of course, on site with all the sights and smells and actually get up close with the animals. But if you can't, we're glad to have you here on our live stream. Ask us questions in the feed if you're on Facebook, on YouTube or on the Stock Journal. We'll try and get some answers for you, and have a great day. See you soon.
Let's celebrate the state.
The people.
The magic.
The memories.
The bright lights and high rides.
The sparkling eyes.
Over 2 full weekends.
The Royal Adelaide Show. The show of a lifetime. Free purchase tickets and save. theshow.com.au.
Well, welcome to all of our viewers on the live stream, whether you're joining us on YouTube or you're on Facebook perhaps, or the Stock Journal's website. Send in your comments, ask your questions, because we are here at the Dairy Judging Marquee. I've got my good friend Vaughan here, Johnson, who's working in the genetics field in dairy and beef. Now, we're looking at a competition here of our Illawarras, Australia's very own dairy breed, magnificent breed. What will our judge be looking for today?
So the cows will be looking for basically two things: cows that can the ability to give milk, and who can do it the longest. So cows that can live a long, healthy life, good udders, good strength, good feet and legs, all round, sound, balanced dairy cows.
Because we get a lot of milk out of each cow, don't we? It's something like 5,000 litres.
Yeah, well, the best cows here will be doing double that, I'd imagine. So the cow that's probably behind us at the top of the ring, she's probably doing, I would say, excess of 10,000 litres. So she's at the top of the game.
Speaking of litres, dairy cattle drink a lot of water.
Yeah, so they'll be drinking 200-300 litres of water a day. So another...
Thirsty work.
Yeah, and they pump about 500 litres of blood through their udder to produce 1 litre of milk. So they're athletes, you could say, yep.
Now, we're watching the judging going on behind us, and so you're saying that the judge will be looking for dairy and qualities. What are some of the physical attributes that will separate a blue ribbon from a red?
Yeah, so in the milking cows, they want to have really good memory systems, really snug, neat udder. They want good teat placement. They want good angularity through their ribs. They want good, clean, sharp bone. They want to have good walking on good set of feet and legs. Many little parts make up a really good cow. The cow behind us, I think's a really good...
You put your bunny on one, haven't you?
Yeah, I reckon she's, yep. If I'm a gambling man, I reckon she's the one. So... Yep.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, you have the brains here in terms of how this affects business and how important the show is in terms of celebrating excellence and the pride that comes with it. I've actually found someone here, Bob Afford, who has been showing here for many, many years, so thank you for your expertise, Vaughan, really appreciate it. Now, Bob, how many years have you been exhibiting here at the show?
Oh, about 56.
That's quite some years. Who's doing your work for you today? Because you're out here enjoying it.
My 2 granddaughters.
2 granddaughters you've got out working for you?
Yep, that's right. They started with my dad, and then it's a family unit, and now it's all work done by the 2 granddaughters and my daughter-in-law.
Hey, we asked you to bring some photos with you today. Could we, I'm going to see if we can hold them up on the screen. You ready? We'll hold that nice and steady. Tell me if you've got a good shot of that. Who are we looking at here?
That is myself, and it's my youngest son and my oldest granddaughter, Courtney. She does most of the work clipping now.
Dairy's in the family. Where have you travelled from?
I come from Murray Bridge, or Woods Point, just below Murray Bridge.
Now, your breed of, your preferred breed?
Holsteins.
The Holsteins are very, very popular, aren't they? Something like 70% of the herd here in Australia is Holstein.
We've been breeding Holsteins now for just on 70 years in December.
Now, it's not a competition, but what's magnificent about the Holstein breed?
I think it's just a personal thing, personal choice. That is my favourite year. My 4 grandchildren all there that day at the Royal.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yep.
Just magnificent. I love that it's in their DNA, isn't it? Let's have a look at the next photo. Sorry, I'm a bit handicapped here with one hand.
That is the history. If you like to read that,
hold on.
That tells you the whole lot.
Okay, so Billabong stud you've had for many, many, many years. I'm going to have a good read of that, and we'll...
It's longer now because I started when I was 12 and I'm now 77.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Now, I want to ask you, because it's such a proud moment to make it to a royal show for starters, but there must be a moment here that really sticks in your mind in terms of a particular heifer that you've had out here or particular win?
Yes, when we got junior champion, we bred ourselves. It was a real feather in the cap.
What year was that?
I couldn't remember. Don't ask me that one. No, it was just... I just enjoyed the camaraderie and all that with the fellow exhibitors.
There's a real community in the sheds, isn't there?
It is. It's really good. It's not like it used to be, but it's still very good. Yeah.
Now, I found some young ladies who have actually travelled here from North Queensland to exhibit down at the show. So I'm going to take this camera and go for a wander. But Bob, thank you for sharing your beautiful photos with me. Thank you for taking time out of your day. Enjoy watching the judging today, and all the best with the grandkids.
Thank you very much. I hope they do well.
All right, come on in. We've got to go for a wander. I found some young ladies. Oh no, I might have lost some young ladies. Oh well, come around with me, because I found a gentleman that's been showing here for years and years. We're going to sneak through the judging. Come on.
Class 80.
Now, Colin, We're showing the Illawarras here, which is Australia's own breed. You indeed are a big fan of the Illawarra. Tell us about them for the boys and girls that have never seen an Illawarra before.
Okay.
We'll face this way, actually. We'll come over this way so we can see them in the background.
The Illawarras were bred in Australia. You cannot get them overseas. They're Australia's own breed. Australia's own breed.
Were they bred in the Illawarra, which is in New South Wales?
That's right, but they put different breeds together and came up with the Illawarra many, many years ago.
What is magnificent about them?
Well, their temperament is good, ease of carving, don't have a problem, and they're quite very good producers, yes.
Now, you have been in the dairy industry for how long?
Well, all my life, and I'm 87, so...
That's a good, serious career in dairying.
That's right, yeah.
Now, could you explain for, say, the boys and girls at home that are watching and they love their cream and they love their cheese and they love their milk, but they don't know much about what's involved here, what does a dairy farmer do day in, day out?
Well, it's twice a day milking, although a few herds get milked 3 times a day. But the milk is good, the butter fat is good, well around the 4%, and the protein's around 3.6 for protein. So, yeah, overall the milk is good.
It's nutritious.
Yes, nutritious.
Colin, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule today to chat to me. Enjoy watching your beloved Illawarras.
Good, thank you.
All right, come for a wander. I'm going to see if I can find these young girls. I have lost them, but they might be around.
Got the advantage over the young girl in the Everett second and that. They bled well. They've bred well and that.
Just going to pop past you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your experience here at Adelaide Show. With the Browns here to be represented in Adelaide's first night of regulars entry to the Adelaide Show.
Well, I've just made some friends here from Urbray Agricultural School. And young ladies, first of all, tell me your name. Second of all, tell me how you got involved in showing dairy cattle at the show.
I'm Ruby. I don't know, I just joined the club at school.
Are you from a dairying background?
No.
So you're not actually from this kind of background, but you've got teachers that have helped you showing, parading, rearing the cattle?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's your name?
Alabama.
Alabama, what's your story? How'd you end up here?
Well, my friends joined the club and so I was like, okay, I'll join too.
I like that. Peer pressure into dairying. Now, young lady, what's your name? And tell me, what is it like living here for the duration of the show, preparing cattle?
Abby, we don't live here. We're just like, we come here at 7:30. It's pretty busy. It's pretty tiring, yeah.
You're up nice and early. And just for the boys and girls that have never been around dairy cattle before, can you tell me how you prepare them? What goes into getting up in the morning and getting the cattle out here into the judging ring?
Get up, clean the area they're slept in, feed them, take them out for water, wash them. That's pretty much it.
There's blow dryer too, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's nice and loud. Well, anyway, there you've seen it, all of the generations out here, all of the passion from students through to people that have been involved all of their life, over 80 years, and we're getting in the way of the judging here at the moment. But there's all the action down at the Dairy Pavilion, and as I said before, if you love ice cream, if you love cheese, if you love milk, you are a partner in dairy farming.
Celebrate the state.
The people.
The magic.
The memories.
The bright lights and high rides.
The sparkling eyes.
over 2 full weekends.
The Royal Adelaide Show, the show of a lifetime. Pre-purchase tickets and save. theshow.com.au